Hi, this is Radford with Twit, and this is the review of the Android-based Gamestick. With the PS4 and Xbox One going toe-to-toe for home console supremacy, a few contenders have recently joined these pricey behemoths, hoping to carve out the cheaper side of gaming, all under $100. The Gamestick itself is one of two parts. It's a tiny console dongle that slots inside a controller, ready to push out and plug onto a TV. The controller's hard plastic body is reminiscent of those old-school PCFX controls from NEC. On the back, you won't find any triggers, but the controls are otherwise standard with two clickable analog sticks, a pair of bumpers, and a familiar back start directional pad, and the ABXY buttons. When you hold it, older generation gamers will be transported back to the Super NES and Nintendo games when the gamepads lack the ergonomics we have now today. So depending on how old you are, it'll either feel nostalgic or jarring. While the controller is never exactly comfortable though, it's not awkward enough that you won't get used to it quickly. Now, the dongle that you see here is covered in a soft felted rubber that feels like it's finely combed felt. When you're going for mobile or heading to a friend's house, it slides right into this slot, right in the controller, from which this weird pair of tiny sinister eyes guard them. Setting up the Gamestick is a breeze. All you'll need is an HDMI port, but if it's hard to reach, you can use the optional extender. And then turning on the controller starts this painless pairing process. Then head to the Gamestick website to do some registering to get your account locked into the cloud so that the games you're about to buy or download work out. While it may run Android, an unrecognizable form of Jelly Bean 4.2, there is no access to any of Google apps or Play Store. This means that if you previously invested in the games on your Samsung Galaxy S4 or HTC One, you won't be able to re-download them to play on the big screen. And that's really what this is all about, the games. As simple and as basic as the interface is, the same can be said about its game library. But this is Android, is it not? Why aren't we getting all these nice games? Simple. Controllers are different from touchscreens. So how do the games play? Well, let's talk about the specs first. So the Gamestick is powered by a modest ARM Cortex-A9 processor, the MALI 400 GPU, and it has 8 GB of storage built in, expandable into 32 GB with a micro SD card. It's capable of running the kind of old Shadowgun, but that's probably the most graphically advanced game you're going to have. So it's not exactly top of the line. The Gamestick media player is another thing that you probably want to check out. And it's just there to kind of display videos and images from USB drives and memory cards. And it supports things like AVIs, M1Vs, M4Vs, QuickTimes, MPEGs, you name it. But other than that, that's pretty much it. That's all you're going to have. So the pros is that it's very portable, it's light on the hand, and it can fit almost everything aside from your back pocket. It's a very nice console, and it works against probably some very good $100 base consoles, like the Ouya, so it competes well against that. The cons is that you're going to have to download a few things, you're going to jump some hoops to get this thing working the way you want it to work. And the other thing too is that the biggest knock though is the fact that it has a very weak library at the moment. And time will only tell how quickly this library will grow. Unfortunately, I have to give this verdict a don't buy. For $80, you can actually use that for iOS games on your tablet or your smartphone. Even for Android, there's probably more games that you could get on Google Play than you would on the Gamestick. So I'm Radford Castro, and before you buy, this is a review of the Gamestick.